I'm John the Builder, and welcome to my world. Hi, I'm John the Builder, and today we're going to show you a natural cork flooring that we just recently installed. Cork comes from the cork oak tree, and it's the bark. Okay, just under the bark is a thick layer of cork, which they can harvest every 9 years on a live cork tree. And they'll take the cork and they'll harvest it and make it into cork wine bottles, for floats, for things like that, because cork is resistant to insects. They don't like it, they won't eat it. It's waterproof, and it's just a great material. One of the great things about it for flooring, though, is the fact that it retains its shape. Once cork is compressed, it's the only material that will go back to 100% of its original thickness. The underlayment that I'm using is made out of natural cork, and it has a foil facing on the back, which is a reflective material, and a little bit of a vapor barrier. We put it down like this on the floor, and we don't nail it or screw it down. We just roll it out and then tape the seams. And it's used as an underlayment not just under cork flooring, but under pergo flooring, which is a very noisy flooring. If you use this under pergo, it'll quiet the floor down a lot. If you use it under wood, it'll quiet down a lot. And it's a natural soundproofing from one floor to the next. You want to take and put little half-inch blocks all around the room. Now, the reason for the half-inch blocks that we put along the wall between the floor and the wall is to make a space that will be covered by the cabinets and molding and things like that eventually in the end when it's finished. But you have to have that space because the material is going to expand and contract. Again, we're talking about a floating floor that's not nailed or glued in place. It does move slightly as it raises in temperature and lowers in temperature. You don't use any fasteners. You don't use nails. You don't use glue. You don't use staples. This is a floating floor. It just sits on the floor by gravity, and it interlocks on these. It interlocks very, very well where you really don't see the seams. You just continue that process throughout the entire floor until you're on the other side, and you just cut them with a saw and lock them in. Once that's done, you put some horse strips where your doors are and the molding around, and you're done. It's finished in some sort of a poly finish to keep the floor from getting dirty, and it's very, very easy to clean. They don't recommend that you buff this, so just take a Swiffer and clean it up. And this is a product that doesn't ever crush. It goes back to 100% of its original shape because it's mostly air, and the cork is very resilient. So once it crushes, it goes right back to 100% of its original shape. So it's not a floor that's going to get a lot of dents and marks, and it's always going to look really good. That's why they use it for corks on wine bottles, because they squeeze them, put them in, and when you pull it out on a champagne bottle, you can never get it back in because it's too big now. But here's cork flooring, a renewable resource, very green, very good for the environment, and very good looking. If you have any questions about cork flooring or anything else regarding your home or your building, you can go to askjohnthebuilder.com and email me a question. I'll be glad to get back in. If it's a good one, we'll do a segment on it.